Okay guys, so in this part third we are going to discuss about few more topics of our chapter microorganism, friend or foe. Okay, whenever a disease causing microorganism tries to enter our body, at that time our body also produces antibodies to fight with the invader. Now, what are antibodies? So antibodies are basically a type of protein or a substance which is produced by one living organism to harm or to kill another living organism. So once the antibodies are produced for a particular organism, for a particular microorganism in the human body remembers it for a very long time, for uh, even sometimes for lifetime. Okay, so if that microorganism enters again, so at that time the antibodies are already stored in the memory to fight with it. This is the reason why the few of the disease like chickenpox do not occur twice in our lifetime. Okay, so in case of vaccines, what are vaccines? Vaccines are basically the preparation which contain dead or weakened microbes, and they are introduced in a healthy body. Now, in this case, the human body does not knows that the microorganism which is entering, okay, is weak, is not able to cause the disease. Human body will produce antibodies against it. And at this time, when the antibodies are already being prepared, so even if the microorganism, the harmful microorganism for which we have already given the vaccine to our body, if it tries to enter, our body is ready with its machinery of antibodies. So our body is all prepared to kill the microorganism by throwing the antibodies on it. And this is the reason how the vaccines work. So, several diseases including cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox, hepatitis, these all can be prevented by vaccination. Children are given injections to protect themselves against several diseases. We know that nowadays vaccination cards are made for the children so that they can be given vaccines during the childhood, during their infanthood, because during that stage of their life they are very sensitive and they do not have very high level of immunity to fight with the harmful organisms. So vaccinations are also given to children to protect against polio under pulse polio program. Polio drops are given to children, which are given to the children. This is called the oral vaccine. These days, vaccines are made on a large scale from microorganisms to protect humans and other animals from several diseases. Now, one more interesting fact about vaccine is that the scientist named Edward Jenner noticed it in milkmaids. So once a mild infection of cowpox that one maid was suffering from gets immune to smallpox. Okay, this helped Jenner to understand that vaccine could be prepared. Vaccine has the word vacca in it, and vacca means cow. So this scientist named Edward Jenner made the first vaccine of cowpox that got very popular, and after that only the production of vaccines came into being. Now, the microorganisms are also very helpful in increasing the soil fertility. Some bacteria and blue-green algae are able to fix nitrogen from the atmosphere to enrich soil with nitrogen and increase its fertility. These microorganisms are commonly called biological nitrogen fixers. So, certain bacteria called rhizobium and blue-green algae, they are capable to take the atmospheric nitrogen, that is also known as N2, and they convert it into different form of nitrogen which can be easily taken up by the soil. And the nitrogen, when added to the soil, increases its fertility. Fertility means the capability to grow the plants. Okay, so these are called biological nitrogen fixers. Now there are many microorganisms which help us in cleaning the environment. You often see large amount of dead organic matter in the form of decaying plants and sometimes dead animals on the ground. You find that they disappear after some time. This is because the microorganism decompose dead organic waste of plant and animal, converting them into simple substances. These microorganisms are again used by other plants and animals. Thus, microorganisms can be used to degrade the harmful and smelly substance and thereby cleaning up the environment. So these microorganisms certain microorganisms, especially the fungi, secretes a special type of digestive juice. Okay, as our stomach has digestive juice, so this fungi secretes certain digestive enzymes or juices which converts the dead and decaying matter into a simple substance. It breaks it into the simple substance, and that is how after few days, if we dump the biodegradable waste at a place, we do not see it, or we see the blackish layer onto it. That is due to the action of decomposers. These microorganisms are also called decomposers.